everybody is born with a little something extra, and sometimes they just have to find it. A little something extra is that superpower that every single one of us has inside that motivates us and drives our passion and makes us do the things that we do.
We're all on the same team. Let's think about how we can make that team as inclusive as we can.
For those of you listening to our podcast right now, you can also check out our video podcast at alittlesomethingextrapodcast.org.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our own podcast with my mom, this is Gianni, and of course, the Franco, and me, the DJ.
Woo! All right, Gigi, nice intro. I told her I might be taking that job back if she didn't get it down. Nope.
I did.
You did. I'm proud of you. That was great. Awesome work. All right, I'm excited about today's guest, aren't you? Because we're talking about Gigi's favorite thing, right?
Isn't it?
Relationships.
First time it's ever been talked about on this podcast.
Yes. Oh, yeah, right? Gigi will find a way to get her relationship into any conversation that we have. No matter where she's at, it'll be like all of a sudden, oh, I have to go see my boyfriend. So that has to come up in every conversation. So she's very excited about this and the concept that you guys are coming up with. And I'm excited about it too. So Franco, you want to do a little intro into the girls here?
Sure. Yeah, I'm not going to dive too deep into it because we want to make sure that they can tell us all about the platform they're creating. But today we are joined by Kim and Jen. So they are the creators of a new dating platform called The Mixed Dating. And it's not your everyday dating app like the Hinges or the Bumbles of the world. It's a new platform for helping adults with the goal of helping find love and friendship in a safe and fun community. And those adults being adults with autism. It's really an incredible concept, and it can be difficult for people with autism to be able to connect with others and develop these types of meaningful relationships. There's some really cool concepts to this platform, such as dating coaches or social events, with a big emphasis on creating a safe and welcoming environment. So it's really cool being able to see people out there helping people in the world, finding these connections. So let's learn a little bit more from them. So Jen and Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
We are so excited to have you. As we said, so tell us a little bit about what started this. I mean, this is something near and dear to my heart. Having a daughter who is now in love with somebody with autism, her having Down syndrome, and the dynamic I see of this really beautiful relationship is something I would love to share. And we do share it on social media. We do let people see how valued they are to each other, how respectful they are to each other, how much they love each other. And it's really, helped a lot of people venture into that dating scene, that relationship scene. And it was something I didn't, it was like, I hoped she would have that someday, but I never dreamed at the level she has it. Like, I feel like I'm in the front seat driving and I get to glimpse this most beautiful love story that I never knew I would be a part of. So this means a lot to me because I think that more people can have that feeling. So I'm excited to talk to you guys and hear why you started this, and take the floor because I'll just keep talking about it.
Well, don't.
I won't.
That is so sweet. It's so sweet to hear, and we think your relationship is awesome, Gigi. So it's amazing, and it's so nice to see. So Kim and I are both in the field, respectively. Kim's a school psychologist, and I am a social worker and BCBA. Awesome. And so we've worked with people with autism all the way from preschool up through adulthood.
Wow. Okay.
And one of the things we're also friends, and so we were talking, and at 21. Services are just kind of cut off. Okay, great. Bye. Thanks for coming. See ya. And so we were like, there's no place for people to still continue their social skills, to meet people.
Totally.
And oftentimes those autistic adults start to feel very isolated, very lonely. And we wanted to create a place where we could still help people if they wanted to work on social skills or relationships or friendships. And then create it in a safe space where they could then meet people, socialize, and do all of the things that they may be missing out on once services end.
Yes, that's awesome. Awesome. Do either of you have a child or anything with autism, or this is just your passion?
This is our passion. My nephew has autism, and he is, he is a piece of my heart. And we have neurodivergencies in the household, so the ADHD and other things sprinkled in. So it's our passion. It's our passion.
And I can see that it's your passion. I could see that you were getting emotional too when I was talking about Gigi's relationship and the love and the beauty behind it. And so that's really special. You guys are really special. And I want to hear more about the platform and what you're doing, because I know, like, when Lucas first came to our house, and our house is a crazy wild house, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy wild. And, for him to walk in there, he lives with his grandparents. So he's used to a very structured and environment, and nothing like what happens in our house. So we've introduced him to a lot of things, and Gigi's helped him through being flexible and understanding that this is just what our house is. And I was really surprised on how, I'm not going to say easy, it hasn't been easy, but how how love has brought him to accept things more than he did before.
He's helping me for my speech language.
He's
To
helping.
read.
Yes, he's helping her. He helps her with her speech. And what do you help him with?
I help him. Wait, I forgot. I help him to be flexible.
To be flexible, to be calm.
Become.
Yeah, helps him sometimes with structure when things have to change. That's okay. So really,
Sorry. Sometimes I help him take his pill too.
take his pills. Yep.
So
Yeah, it's just a
Keep
give
him
and
on
take with
schedule.
these two. They help each other, and it's amazing. Yeah,
and to care each other.
and they take care of each other. That's beautiful.
So sweet.
Yeah,
I think that's what anybody looks for,
totally.
in a relationship.
The way they help each other, you guys, is just something I could never ever describe. And I just felt like I was like, literally, I'd be driving and I'd be like, how do I? It's such a beautiful and pure love, so pure that it just. I just want other people to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a special
right?
pairing too.
And it should be shared.
Totally.
Yeah.
It definitely should. It's
Beautiful.
unique. I never would have expected someone with autism and someone with Down syndrome to be such a good pair.
Yes.
But it's
we've heard
so
that,
interesting
yes.
to see how well it works, because like the structure that Gigi has, and like everyone's different. It doesn't really, like, this is just their situation, but yeah, with Gigi, she's very structured, but she's flexible. She can get out of her routine.
Totally.
Where people with autism can get dysregulated when they get out of that routine.
Yeah.
But Gigi can at least understand why that routine is getting broken, so she helps bring him down.
Yeah.
And watching that happen, where it's in a way that he doesn't get super frustrated about it,
Yes.
or not even or just worked up is really probably a better word. And they just balance each other out really well. And then he's extremely talkative, which is not always common with people with autism, but sometimes is. And Gigi definitely can talk, but a lot of the times though, she's definitely a little more of a wallflower.
Yeah, more
So,
laid back.
Yeah, and so he'll just bring out the conversation out of her too, which really helps in just working her social skills, and it's really just it's a great pair. So
It's been an amazing
it
balance.
would be cool to be able to see people with Down syndrome as well getting on there. So that's why we really want to be able to promote this.
So tell us more about the platform, the coaching, and take us from the beginning to the date.
So we have anytime you want to jump in, I just naturally start
Jen's
talking.
like the talker. So then I just let her go.
I get that. Gigi gets mad at me. I do the same thing, and then she's like, "My turn." Yeah.
I know. I'm like, so just say your turn when you want to. Sorry, otherwise I'm gonna say. There you go. Okay. So, there are different areas of the platform, and we have some people who just like to use the platform, other people who want to have some dating or relationship coaching. And so you can come into the platform and either just log on there, or you can have some sessions with us to get you started. And then we also do offer mixers, which are the online and in-person events.
It's great.
And so there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're brand spanking new to dating, or
Totally.
if you're interested, or if you just want to make friends.
Yeah.
So that's kind of really the aspects.
I love it. Where are you guys out of?
New Jersey.
You're in New Jersey. Oh,
Hillsborough.
Hillsboro. She loves Hillsboro. We have a
Oh, Oh,
Yes, we might be going next month. So we have a Gigi's in
wait, I
Hillsborough.
saw that online. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, we're opening our 60th location next month out in
That is incredible.
Simi
What you
Valley.
do is so
And Portland,
important.
right?
It's so incredible.
and
That's
Portland.
awesome.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so Hillsborough is an awesome.
It's my favorite.
It is her favorite because
I used to
I-
work there back in the day.
in Hillsborough.
Yes, my uncle was a part owner in Hillsborough Racket and Fitness Club.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
I
funny.
was the lifeguard there for years.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So so your mixers then they're happening right now, just locally in the communities
Well,
where you
we actually
are.
had one in LA.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
We sponsored one of the. So we have a client who is from Love on the Spectrum. We actually have two clients that we're working with from Love on the Spectrum, and
Great.
one of them had a birthday party, and we try to keep names and stuff out of
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
because
it's all right.
confidence purposes. But
Totally.
so we did sponsor that, and they had a really great turnout.
Excellent.
We had some single people come, and they were able to mingle with each other, sign up at the mix. So it was pretty cool.
Is there like a vetting process to see, to make sure that you're getting an authentic person coming onto the site
Yes.
to talk, to have interactions with
Very
anybody?
important to us.
So
Yeah.
it's funny because we were talking about this yesterday, because we're on the phone 24/7 if we're not like next to each other. But one of the things that we were talking about was that you get a truly personalized experience with us because we do go through and we personally vet every single person that comes into the mix. And sometimes it's a little tedious because
Yes.
we have to dig. And we have a very strict policy. Everybody gets an email when they come in saying these are the steps that you need to follow. And then we vet them on our end. And if not, then we have to say, no, thank you. You aren't,
Deleted.
please come back again when you're ready to follow the guidelines. But
Absolutely.
we vet every single person because that was a huge piece for
Huge
us.
for us.
Yeah.
Is the vetting process like, will you have a Zoom call or some type of communication with them to kind of just like see who they are as a person, or is it more like you just ask like a questionnaire?
It's a combo of everything, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
It depends
okay.
on how we know that person, our connections with them, if we can connect with them on social media. If they don't have social media, we would meet with them. So it's really kind of at this point a combo of everything. We just really want to feel secure that we know that this person is a safe person. So we'll do whatever we have to do at this point to figure that
Absolutely.
out. As we grow,
Yeah.
We might have to look at other ways, and but now
Absolutely.
we're totally hands on.
Yes, and we're in that process because we have our virtual playhouse. So our virtual playhouse serves families in 88 countries, but also all across the U.S. And we are building our virtual communities within there, whether, it could be a dating one or it would be for grandparents, siblings. We have Alzheimer's. So there's all these different communities, multicultural communities that we're building within there. But safety has been our biggest piece. So we have really been into the security. We're knee deep in it right now. So if there's any questions you have on that, and that's something that we're really looking at because we have to protect our
Absolutely.
individuals. And
Yes, very
there's
important.
predators everywhere, which is really scary, and that made it, makes it even hard.
And COVID, too.
And COVID, you got that too.
I hate COVID.
You hate COVID.
We can relate. We're not big fans of COVID either.
No. So you got predators and you got COVID. So,
Sorry.
two things we hate.
Because to wear a mask. That's
She doesn't,
why.
she doesn't like to wear masks. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Understood.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry that. That was
Yes.
like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
So I
but-
think you're okay there.
Right. But we do understand that
Sorry.
security piece. It's a very, very important piece. And the number one thing I think as a parent that we think about who's exposed to our kids on social media itself. I worry,
I was just gonna say.
Yeah. We have someone monitoring and helps her with her social media because
It's
everybody
Holly.
has, it is Holly. Everybody has direct access, and that's
Yeah.
scary.
And me. So.
it is.
Both.
And even some of the comments, like when we collaborate or if we post with someone who is on the spectrum, and most of the comments are very positive, but I have to say this, we had a recent post and some of the comments, I was like, my heart was breaking. They were like,
It's
even
crazy.
sheltering people from those types of interactions.
I know.
I was like, oh God, why can't, just go on, or
When you try to do
Yeah.
something so positive too,
Right.
and people just still find a way to just bring that negativity.
And why do they go on there? Like there was someone who just recently did that with Gigi and Lucas and said, "Oh God, don't let them be a couple and procreate and bring more people like them into the world." What the
Horrible.
right? Like what? Why don't you just keep going? If you don't want to look at that and you don't want to see the beauty in it, then get out.
Swipe up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's my business.
mind your
Yes,
business.
mind your own
Mind
business.
your
Mind your own business.
That's
That's
right.
right. That's
It's-
right.
and it's great that you guys created a platform like this, because it really is a scary world, especially for like the fact that everything is just through your phone now, through social media. When it comes to connecting, I mean, when it comes to typical relationships, I mean, what is it, like 1 in 4, 1 in 3 now relationships start on a dating platform?
Wow.
And when you think about how people are meeting nowadays, like there's no transparency anymore. Like you have no idea who you're really talking to. So that's such a scary thing, especially for people with autism or with other disabilities that might not necessarily be able to have that ability to figure out that someone's messing with them or catfishing them or trying to do something to hurt them, whether
Right.
it's, stealing their identity, trying to take money from them, hurting them physically.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. So that's why what you guys are doing is such an important piece right now, and showing that there can be good places for people to connect that are to be safe and welcoming.
Right.
And the fact that you guys are doing that vetting process is
Huge. And the other question I had was at Gigi's, we're a Down Syndrome Achievement Center. We serve individuals with Down syndrome, but we also serve other people who come here. Anybody is welcome at Gigi's Playhouse. So yes, we are.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
321.
321. Yep, you have that extra chromosome. Yep. But we serve individuals with Down syndrome, but we serve anybody who walks in. So anybody who comes in, they are welcome at Gigi's at every location that we have. And I know that you guys are an autism site, and the reason we call it a Down Syndrome Achievement Center is because everything we do revolves around the way a person with Down syndrome learns. So, that's why we keep it as Down syndrome, because it needs to be there. But we also let everybody else in, and they're going to be part of that learning because everybody can learn. And is that why you guys are doing autism? Are you going to allow other disabilities in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same. I figured that.
Yeah, it's our expertise, but no, everyone is welcome.
I figured that, and I love that. I figured it because I know with me too, people are like, it's just Down syndrome. I'm like, we teach the way individuals with Down syndrome learn. Our programs are geared around the individual with Down syndrome and low muscle tone, joint laxity, all vestibular system, all of that type of stuff, and they're processing the way they learn. But you know what? Other people can learn that way too. Other people are visual learners, so we're open to everybody. And usually when you start something like what you guys are doing, you're doing it from your heart. So you're not doing it because you just want to serve this group. It's just I get it. So I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's just started there because that's our passion and where we're comfortable and in working, with adults with autism or people with autism.
And there's a big enough population to have that.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, like at Gigi's, everybody's welcome, and we just want everyone to be successful and
Find the
find
love.
love. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. And with autism being a spectrum, how do you guys deal with that component? Because there are some people with autism that it may just it may have an effect on social skills, but it may not necessarily be some type of developmental delay. Whereas with some people with autism, they may be developmentally delayed. So then, how does that matching process work? Do you guys kind of vet that as well?
We welcome the whole spectrum, and we have clients from both ends, and really just our personalized service with them. When they work with the mixologist, which is the dating coaching, we meet them where they are. So we have some clients that are just working on their communication skills, and then we have other clients that are really navigating they're already in a relationship and just navigating the pieces of being in a relationship, or even somebody that had a breakup and that.
Sure.
So
Got it.
really, we meet
Yeah.
we meet them where they're at.
That's awesome.
That's a great concept.
And then in terms of matching, we do try to match on special interests or interests in general. So it's based on
Okay.
likes and activities and things that people are interested in doing. And the goal is really to build the site enough where there's plenty of options so that if you feel that connection with someone, that's great. But if you don't, there's another option out there for you that may be a better.
Absolutely. Yeah, because there's such a range. Like we had from Love on the Spectrum, we had Connor and Tanner on both different times, but two totally different people that you'd put with totally different people. So it's really interesting. It has to be so fun though on the back end too to know that you're potentially giving these guys the gift of
It
love.
is.
We
It's so fulfilling.
love
Because
it.
it is
We
a
love
gift.
it. And I have to tell you, so like for some people, Kim goes on like a personal mission. She's like, I saw this girl on this.
I do. Yeah, I'm on the back end, and I'm really trying to.
It's like,
Echo it.
we're matchmakers
I love
also
it.
because we will handpick people to go with other people and then say,
Totally.
here you go.
And it's such a great feeling being able to play matchmaker like that and being able to see it work. I'm sure it's so
Yeah, so
fulfilling.
fun.
Love it.
Really
I know,
is.
Gigi. If she looks at me one more time with the puppy eyes, like, when are my questions coming? I see you. All right, she has a couple questions she wants to ask you guys.
Sorry.
What do you got?
What advice will you give people who want to sign up?
So we say go for it, and just jump on in and sign up. The other piece is, again, with like the personal experience, is that if somebody has a problem, they email us and we help walk them through how to sign up, how to log on, how to work the site. So what is that saying? We miss 100% of the chances.
Oh, yeah.
That you don't take.
I get it. Yep.
Yeah. So that's like one of our mottos where you
Yep.
just jump in and you do it.
Well,
and
It's a great model for
woohoo, we
dating.
got your back.
And we're there. We'll hop on a call with you if you need help. Just we had one client that had a hard time filling in like his likes, and so that came through a conversation, and we were able to help him,
And articulate,
put that in. So we're there to help support anyone that needs help with it. So yeah.
Do people but on the mix get married?
We have not had a marriage yet, but we would love
But you will.
to do that. Yes, not yet.
Yeah.
That's
That's the goal? Is that the
That's
goal?
What should people put on their profile?
Oh, what should people put on their
Great
profile?
question.
So what we did is we tried to keep our platform like as straightforward and easy to navigate as possible. So we also, there's guided questions, but then there's also open spaces where people can write whatever they want to write. We encourage people to put what they're comfortable putting on the website. You know, a lot of times likes are very important, like what you're interested in. Do you have any special interests? Do you have any, we say like things that you want your partner to be aware of.
Things that you might struggle with.
Yeah. So
and then dislikes. We put dislikes too. Like if someone has a strong dislike, there's that space for that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Someone
Good
hates water. You don't want to put them with a swimmer on their boat.
Correct. Correct.
Is it? And I'm just trying to envision it because I'm a visual learner too. Is it like you can go through and look at different people? So once you're in and vetted, you can actually see the options that you have of who to choose from. You see their picture and their profile.
Yes.
Yes, you have to set up
Cool.
a complete profile in order to do that. So that means that
Yeah.
you have to create your profile, go through the vetting process, and then you have access to everyone that's on the site.
And then is there a cost associated with them doing that?
At this time, no. We
Okay.
are just trying to build community, and
Yeah.
So no, it's free
But-
at this time. The coaching sessions there
I see.
is a fee for.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah, you
but
can't
not
do it all.
huge.
I mean, you just can't do it all. It would be great if we could, but you can't. I understand. Well, we do, and Gigi's is about 99% volunteer run, so we're so blessed with that. But it's also really hard, and getting the right volunteers that this is one-on-one with people.
Yeah.
It's a
Can
lot.
imagine. I mean, what you guys have is such a
Yeah,
large scale.
we've been blessed for sure. We have been so blessed, and that was like kind of just the business. And again, a completely different model. That was just the business plan from the beginning that we were going to run it this way, and we've been just blessed to have the volunteers step up. We manage over 10,000 volunteers across
Wow.
the network. Yes. So it's such a blessing. But this is a big piece. I mean,
I'm not
oh,
done.
okay, sorry. All right. Sorry, she's not done.
Just interrupt.
She likes the girls. She likes you guys a lot because she really wants to get these questions into you. Okay. Go ahead.
What do people do on their dates?
Oh.
Ooh, that's a good question.
We have someone that's going on a roller skating date.
Oh,
Oh.
that's fun.
Yeah.
We've had people go for coffee, to the park,
Love it.
out to eat.
Kind of like you and what you do on your dates, right?
Yeah.
Pretty similar.
Not Fridays.
Well, Friday's reserved for bowling, so let's just get that out there right now.
Bowling is a
So,
great
And don't mess
date.
with that schedule, girls, ever.
on Saturdays, we go out sometimes. So, we do.
I try to get them to be flexible.
We are.
Okay.
Bowling your favorite date, Gigi?
It is.
Yeah.
But
That's fair. I love bowling.
sometimes on Saturdays after bowling, we do go out once a week for dinner.
For dinner. Dinner's
Oh,
Nice.
that's nice.
Saturday night is dinner date.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ice cream date.
And ice cream day. It's cheat day.
Yes.
Ooh.
Very.
I
Right?
would definitely have to imagine that bowling's the favorite date. They do it just religiously.
And they have a lot of
so-
fans at the place they go to where they bowl. So
We do.
you do. So
Yeah.
that makes it fun too when your fans are there.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Have one more.
One more. Okay.
Then, back to you.
Thank you.
If you had one message to the world, what would it be?
Ooh, each one of you guys, one message to the world, what would it be?
So I think, okay, each of us, like collectively,
Well, I think our message is kind of the same. We're so, we.
is there
That
in tune with
everyone
each other?
deserves love.
Mhm.
That I would, right? Is that
That's
what you're
awesome.
saying?
Yeah. Say.
Yeah, we truly feel that, and a healthy, good love that everyone deserves. So just kind
Yeah.
of what you were talking about, Gigi, with your relationship. You have sounds like a beautiful relationship with your boyfriend, and we think everyone deserves that.
Okay, he's the best.
He's the best.
Aw, that's
Hot.
awesome.
So,
That always
That's
helps too,
important
right?
too.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And
Sorry.
I know, like, and with in Gigi's case, that he really, what happened? So they met in school.
yes.
They met in school, and then they went to a pumpkin farm, not as a date, but just went out
Just hang out.
just to hang out at a pumpkin farm. And
Yeah.
what happened at the pumpkin farm?
I told him to be my boyfriend.
You
Right.
asked him to be your boyfriend.
I asked him to be my boyfriend, and then he says yes, 100 times yes.
Yes, 100 times yes. And they've never looked back ever since, right?
Yeah.
It's
And
pretty.
then he gave me a hug after.
He did?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So special. Yes. What is your favorite success story? What is your favorite story of a couple that you guys have helped meet each other?
So we have been, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We've been working with a person for a while, and he had different irons in the fires, so to speak.
Okay.
One of our things that we were trying to work with him on was just really maybe slowing down and focusing not so much on quantity, but on quality. And also, he had or has a tendency just to profess all of his love at once, even when just meeting someone. So for him,
Right.
we really worked on those skills. Because socially, he would go out and interact with everybody and anybody, but we also needed to make sure
Right.
that he was safe and pulling it back a little and not, scaring people off. And so
Right.
there was a woman that we helped find, and so far as they're successful together.
And he's
Wow.
only speaking with
He's
her,
ready
right?
for it,
Yes.
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 Slow down
Which
on
is
her.
huge, which
Yeah.
really opens them up, because what happens, they're all over, I'm just going to do this, 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 and that. And to take that time to get to know that person. I think that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the surprise, even with her, because her other boy, wasn't so much like that. It wasn't emotional. It was like fun. Let's go and do this. Maybe, see each other whenever. This was more, they really connected on an emotional level. And I think that made everything different. That changed everything for him. They both were inspired to be better and do better. I could have told Gigi a million times to make her bed when she wakes up. Lucas tells her she makes her bed every day. brush her teeth at morning and at night. Like whatever, whatever his routine is, she does that routine as well, right?
Yes.
And those are the types of things for each other. They do anything
Before 8.
before 8. Oh yeah, make
Beautiful.
sure it's before 8. So
Because there has, God forbid, the
Before 8.
structure goes out the window.
yes,
8 p.m. or 8 a.m.
8 a.m. or p.m.
Bam.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean to brush your teeth?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So there's that. But that I love that he found a connection, because sometimes you just have to let them know, if you sit back and listen, maybe you could let that happen. But when you're just jumping around, because I need it to happen, blah, blah, blah,
Yes.
you don't give yourself that opportunity to learn and to listen. So I think that's beautiful, and helping teach them that, because like I said, I have seen a love blossom, a love like I never, ever imagined blossom because of all that. So this this is so
amazing.
special, and you guys are so special, and I have to ask you, we are
Hold on,
called
I
a
wanna-
little something.
I want to jump in and
Oh,
ask some
Franco. Okay,
questions.
Franco's
I'm
turn.
sitting back here behind this TV like I don't
That's why we
exist.
leave him on that side.
So yeah, I kind of wanted to revisit what you were saying at the beginning of the conversation, in the fact that once people with autism or other disabilities turn 21, there's really not much out there
I'm 21.
after form. You are 21, and there's stuff
Sorry.
out there for you. But things are getting better, and I think people are starting to realize and see the potential in people with varying abilities. But at the same time, I think we're also getting to a point in society where people are just being able to get connected easier, whether it's through the internet, and social media, whatever. But do you think that shows also being out there like Love on the Spectrum have inspired people with autism to start seeking love more regularly and thinking that there's this opportunity?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, 100%. When you see someone who you can relate to, or maybe you even have similar characteristics, it just makes you feel that things are possible.
Totally.
And I think that definitely shows like that. And now even like on Instagram and stuff, there's so many popular people with autism or other neurodiversities
Totally.
that are able to be seen.
Inspirational.
Right.
Yes.
They're
Yep.
inspiration. They're able to be seen. They're able to be heard.
In
And
such a
people like,
positive way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you guys ever consider, so like I said, we have these virtual communities. We have we're starting a relationship community that, that they would be able to meet and have, just in our virtual setting that we've been working on. Would that be something that you guys would look at for maybe a suitor for one of people on your site? I think that could be really cool, and vice versa. Because I have to tell you, I'm just so intrigued by the mix of what these two have been able to, how these two have been able to help each other grow. So that could be a really cool. I would love to do some type of talk to you guys about some type of partnership on that end. I think that could be really cool because, like I said, we've been working here on this side on that safety issue, big piece obviously for us, and we've finally got that covered after spending crazy amounts of volunteer time through our IT team, but also money through consultants to make sure, you guys know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a lot
Yeah.
to make sure that you're safe online. It's a lot. So, that's so exciting. Well, I'm excited because that's just something, since these two have been together, I kept thinking, like, why is God, before Lucas drives, so they're out on their dates by themselves. But before that, and when I was driving them around, I just kept thinking, why is God giving me this glimpse into this beautiful love affair, and I'm the only one seeing it? Because I hear them in the back seat, and I hear the thoughtfulness, the respect, the pure joy.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, it's not just, this shouldn't just be for me to experience. People should know this can happen. And then they started driving, and then they had their viral video when they took their then their 6-month anniversary, so people were then able to see more and more. But I love the idea of sharing that love and how it can be.
And now I did it 18 months now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
That is something to be proud of. It's hard.
Almost 2 years.
Yep.
Almost.
Yep. In November, it'll be a big celebration. And their first date was a big one. Their first date was at our national conference. So Gigi's Playhouse does a national conference. So all 60 plus locations and startups come to our national Playhouse and to Chicago for a 5-day leadership conference. And he had to come here for his first date and walk into a Playhouse packed with hundreds of people to take out the inspiration behind Gigi's Playhouse.
Me.
Yep. And he showed up. How did he show up?
He bought me flowers.
Yeah. So he knew how to do a first date.
He does.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
nice.
beautiful. We are called a little something extra. So each one, guys, I want to know, what do you think is your little something extra that drives you, that inspires you, that gives you that superpower to do everything that you're doing in life?
I think mine, I love to connect with people and I love to learn to understand them and support people. So that would, and I think you were kind of similar, but
I think having empathy and we talk about like empathy and sympathy, and empathy is actually having that ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Yes.
And I think that plays a big role for both of us, where we want everyone to feel that they are happy, content, worthy,
Valued.
capable,
Yes.
able, valued.
accepted,
Yep.
yeah, all that.
Love it.
That's why we call it the mix.
The mix.
We
Yeah.
want everyone to feel, and to get in the mix.
Yes.
Everyone deserves to be in the mix.
Is there something we didn't touch on that you want people to know? I feel like we were kind of all over the place, but is there something that you want everybody out there to know before we go?
I think, what we want people to know, if we could just tell the world, is that we
Yeah.
truly want people to be successful and succeed. And this is our passion, and it's something that we feel very strongly about. We feel very strongly about the people that we service, and we work hard to make sure that they get what they need or want.
It's really, really amazing. I love just hearing you guys say that too, because every time I've interacted with adults with Down syndrome, specifically because that happens a lot here at Gigi's Playhouse, I've developed just this passion for wanting to help them be able to be heard and seen, and especially to be able to find love too. There's so often that I hear from people when we're traveling around to different locations, like, do you know any other girls with Down syndrome that I could talk to? Like, I really want a girlfriend, or I really want a boyfriend. And I sit there, I'm like, there has to be something out there that could be able to connect people that are in need and really want this connection.
Yeah.
And to see that you guys felt that same energy and wanted to give that to people is something that I really hope continues to move forward and inspire others to do so as well.
Yeah.
So what you guys are doing is just absolutely incredible, and it's felt over here for sure.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
we're
Thank
so
you.
grateful. And we feel the love. We feel the love and we feel the inspiration, because it's something that has been on our radar, and something, how are we going to do this? She has now taken it to a whole nother level for us. And since she's here, she does have some tips on relationships if you guys want to
Great,
stick
let's
around.
hear them.
Did you want to give your tips?
Do you say tips?
I did.
Tips!
Woo! All right, get it, girl.
These are my tips on dating. Listen to them and be understanding. Try not to fight. It's better to talk things out. Have fun and go out to dinner. Make each other laugh. Show you love with your friends. Be flexible and have fun.
Woo!
Love it.
Amazing. Very, very good tips.
Very good tips, Gigi. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm excited to see. I know I'm going to be talking with you in the future, because we both are on the same page on what we want for everybody. So I'm grateful, so grateful for you guys for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you
you.
so much for having us. This was amazing, and you guys, we just love you. We're fans, and we just
Awesome.
think what you're doing is amazing.
Thank you so much. You
Thank
guys are
you.
awesome, and
Feelings
we
mutual.
will see you soon. And everybody, go to the mix. And do you guys have a website? We didn't even talk about that.
Thanks. It's themixdating.com.
Awesome. The mix
Yeah.
dating.
Find it on Instagram too, and social media. It's lots of tips I saw
Instagram, yep.
on your Instagram of different dating tips that are out there, and ways to be able to connect. So
Awesome.
yes, amazing stuff.
Love it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Everybody is born with a little something extra, and sometimes they just have to find it. A little something extra is that superpower that every single one of us has inside that motivates us and drives our passion and makes us do the things that we do.
We're all on the same team. Let's think about how we can make that team as inclusive as we can.
For those of you listening to our podcast right now, you can also check out our video podcast at alittlesomethingextrapodcast.org.